And in this last section, we're going to put together our skills here. So it says your colors are going to be more vibrant if you use different varieties of one color. So for example, if I'm going to recreate this, I could use all of these markers. So that's why I say look around your house if you're at home, if you're looking for markers. They don't all have to be the same brand. Okay, I could use all of these to create my circle here. Okay, really you just need a light blue, a darker blue, and a black would also do it. And we're going to look here. So now we're going to apply what we did at the previous step with our smooth fades, but where it's dark, I'm going to add in some darker colors. So I'm going to shade with my black. I'm going to add in my darker blues. Okay, so you want to pay attention here to where your lighter area is. So I'm going to leave, that's white. So if something's white, I'm going to leave my paper to show through. I'm not going to put any dots there. Okay, think about it with our shading. Parts that were white, we left the paper to show through. Okay, so and then I'm going to bring these out. They're going to get a little darker as they come out. They're a little darker along this edge. I want to define the edge. Okay, I'm not necessarily outlining it, but I want to get right up on that edge. And down here where it gets darker, I want to take it, I want to darken in that color more and let that fade up into there. I'm letting that darken, coming around. It's a little bit lighter right there, a little bit of a highlight. And that gets darker along the bottom. Okay, so it's a practice in looking. Make sure you're always observing. Like a good artist observes everything they see, every detail, every change in color, every slight fade. And the more that you can notice those things and then recreate them in your artwork, the better you are going to be. My darkest part seems to be right around here. Really cluster those together. Okay, so this is still with my lightest marker. So I'm going to do this with 3 markers, my light blue, my dark blue, and my black. Fill that in. Okay, and where again it's the darkest, we're going to amplify that. We're going to add that contrast in just a minute. Okay, I know once we start working in an area for a while, your hand gets a little tired, you get a little lazy. So remember, keep those dashes, keep those dots nice. No dashes, no dashes. Okay. It's darker on the top, fill that in. Okay. Nice fade in here. Okay, so that's my step 1. Now I'm going to go in with the darker blue, and I'm really going to add some darkness to the areas that are a little darker. And I want them to fade out so they're not just a dark blue stripe on here. Let that fade up. Add a couple of dots around here where it gets a little bit darker. And then our last step, we are going to add in our black. Just a little bit more to get a little bit of darkness in here. Just a couple of black dots where I want it to get a little bit darker. Okay, we call this shading. So by adding a darker value of a variety of that color, and then also adding in a little bit of black. Okay, your eye will start to blend those together. Bring these in just a little bit here. So as you finish and you step back and look at it, you'll see if like it doesn't fade as well as you'd like it to. And then we're gonna make this shadow right underneath, so right below it touches. Now where the shadow is touching the object, it's going to be the darkest, and then it decays or it fades off. And that shadow touches your object. And right off of there, and then it's gonna fade. And then you can see in that picture, there's a little bit of blue reflecting in that shadow. So let's do that now. Especially here, we'll put a little bit of blue. And then a little bit of the light blue kind of on the edges. Okay, and then I'll get a little bit darker in this area here. Okay, and there you go. That is how you're going to work that bottom sphere. Have fun. Good luck, artists.